Hello everybody, welcome to Blue Goose Garage. A couple days ago I made a video. I haven't released it, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that video in with this video, and then I'll tell you what I did today. I've gotten the entire interior out of my Metro here. I'm not exaggerating it at all when I say I got rid of a 55-gallon drum worth of mouse house. It was everywhere, and it still kind of is. You can see the straw and stuff. I need to vacuum that out. Up here, we had some holes, and I knew about them a little bit, but I didn't know to what extent that went. So I've had to strip the entire floor of all the sound deadener and all that, and I took a wire brush on the drill and wire brushed it the best I could, and what came off, and what didn't got sanded. You can see the patches through the fiberglass. There is a piece of metal here, there, and there. I'll show you that a little bit more. Back here, there wasn't really any holes big enough to need a patch to me, so I just went ahead and put 2 layers of fiberglass down. So that's ready to go. Plus, fiberglass is lighter than metal, right? So weight reductions, gas mileage, yeah. Patch over here, 2 layers over the, well, 1 layer over the patch area and the rust, and another layer over everything. And over there, I need a little bit more, but I ran out of fiberglass resin. And there wasn't really any holes back here. So I did 1 layer all the way across up to there. One thing the car did kind of have that was kind of, I don't really know why it did it, unless it's also mouse house. I think mice hurt this car more than about anything. The inner rocker was rusted out there and there on both sides. That side was significantly bit worse. They both rusted out in the same place. And the only thing I can figure is water intrusion / mouse condo. Now, I just need to vacuum the rest of it out. And I might paint this, but there's resin everywhere. And where there isn't resin, there's still paint. So I don't know. I am going to get underneath this after I've finished the fiberglass and everything, and any of the edges where I've cut metal out and put metal back in, and holes like that, I want to fill that full of windshield urethane. Somebody was moving, wasn't they? I want to fill all those gaps full of windshield urethane. Could have used seam sealer, but I decided that this would be better because this is far harder, far more sticky. That actually might help it become a structural part. You know, the aluminum might get bonded with the rivets and with this stuff. Plus, this is waterproof. Anyway, tell me what you think. I hesitate to show you in a patch like this because there's always, you know, naysayers and stuff, but I don't really care. I really should have showed you. I did kind of start the show-ins, but I didn't like the video. I am going to show you part of that right here, and that was when I had that cut out. It's kind of like a backwards L, or from this angle it was an L. I figured I'd show you this a little bit before I patched it. I've done cut the rust out of the front part on this side. I've already fixed the floor on that side. There's a patch over there, and there's fiberglass everywhere. So I cut the rust out. I haven't done anything back here yet, but I've cut the rust out up front. and wire brushed it everywhere, and there's places it's thin, but up here where it's gone, I'm riveting this piece of aluminum in here and the back, and one back here, using aluminum rivets and aluminum sheet metal and drill bit. And after I've got it riveted in the best I can, I'm gonna fiberglass it. That kind of works, I guess, you know, kind of. I was going to make a video showing all that, and then I got, you know, a little bit into it, and there's plenty of people that do that, and they do it on better cars than this, and I don't see a single issue with doing that. You don't have to fit something right, you just have to make it to where you can drive it. Nothing lasts forever. Anyway, I've said that on that Chevelle video, you know, you get 5 years out of it, you'll be happy. And, you know, in 5 years, you might not be able to buy timing belts and stuff for these Metros. You know, they're trying to keep us down, man. They don't want the old 90s Econoboxes on the road. They want all that lightning bolt shit. But in all reality, I would drive a Metro any day, every day, before I would ever own one of those cars. And I think a lot of people kind of feel, you know, share a similar sentiment, but it's a bad thing. How dare you? You know, but to say the smell up here is strong. I've not been around body filler and fiberglass in about a year now, and it's kind of, you know, I probably shouldn't be feeling this good from being around this. But yeah, I might show you, and I doubt I will. I've showed you this before. That piece of aluminum's the same metal that I fixed the rear part of my 67's panels with. That came off of an E-Spectre Freight Systems semi-trailer from like the 60s, 70s. We took an entire one off of a trailer we've got up here in my backyard, and I tried to sell it on Marketplace. Nobody offered you anything, and if you can't sell it for what you could get for what you could get a new sheet of aluminum to do patches with and stuff, then why even sell it? So I decided, since it really wasn't worth anything apparently, just to kind of cut it up and use it for this kind of stuff and make panels out of it and brackets and stuff. It's I thought I had a piece laying here, but I guess I don't. It's maybe a little thinner than, say, a street sign, but it's, you know, aluminum. We're in Metro 2. First drive. I really should have maybe started this at the house, but either way, it's first drive. Temp gauge is working, speedometer is working. Fuel gauge isn't, for whatever reason, and it was in the other car, but I might have messed up something. Either way, it'll work or it won't. My convertibles doesn't work. You just fill it up every 200 miles. You know, it doesn't really matter. It's running good. It's actually able to pull itself in 5th gear up certain hills that even my car can't. And so, I mean, it's running pretty good. And it's quieter than it's been for years, because I've actually, you know, ran an exhaust all the way out the back. So inside the car, it is quiet. And it's driving okay. I ain't really done an alignment yet. It's off a little bit, but I mean, it could be off a little bit. It could also just be these tires that are on the front of this car were on the back of the other car, and they wore a little funny. So it could be a little shifty because it's wearing funny now. But brakes are good. I didn't show hardly any of that. I could have an issue. I didn't show any of it, but I could have an issue out of a bunch of things. I had to replace one of the brake hoses on the back of it because nothing would go through it. I just took it off the other car. The two wheel cylinders are off of the convertible, and they were both stuck. So I took them apart and sanded them and put them back together. There's plenty of things that could be a problem. Got a little vibration, exhaust noise, but it's running pretty good. You can tell the gas, or I can tell the gas I've got in it's old. The gas that was in this car, the G01, is a year old now, and the gas that was in the other car was from 2016. So I put that in this car, back in it, you know. So basically we're running G01's fuel tank, fuel pump, and a new fuel filter. It's just a hodgepodge. It's really pretty good. It does need an alignment. It's kind of shifty. And I didn't quite guess right at the steering. But it's running and driving back on the road. It's running pretty good. I must say it's running pretty good. It's running better than the other car did, than G01, which it should. It's got new rings in it. It's got rings in it that actually have ring tension. So, and it should only get better for a little while. Alright, so today I went up to Johnson City and went a bunch of places up in Johnson City and went about 125 miles as a shakedown for this car. And it's doing good. I don't really have any complaints. It drives pretty good. I feel like it would drive like it's supposed to if the front tires were actually good. See, this is the newest tire I have on this car right now. That's from 2017. But the issue is it was on the rear of that other car, and it was chopping up that tire pretty bad. And it actually rides out smooth, but when you're on asphalt, it's only running on like this much of that tire. This isn't touching because it's what you can't really see it, but it's waved up because the rear wheel was, the suspension was doing this. So it drives a little weird, but it's in line, and I'm hoping that it'll kind of come around about the time that one goes completely slick. This one's pretty good, and the two rear ones are off of the green convertible. They're old, but the tread's good. So car's doing good. Brakes are good. Like I mentioned, I think in that video, it's got 99 or 2000 four-door knuckles on the front and 94 convertible or 93 convertible rear hubs. So it can actually have 13-inch wheels without the lug nuts being too small. You can see here I finished the interior. It's got carpet and seats and all this. The back part of the car came out of Metro 1. Those seats came out of the convertible. They're really not that good, but they set good, and they'll work until I can find a set of better ones. But these are so old now that you rarely ever find a set of better ones. The door panels came off of Metro 2 because it's a B-pillar seatbelt car. But it's doing good, and I can't really complain. I'm going to go back up there tomorrow. Today's Sunday. Tonight's Sunday. So I'm going to go back up there tomorrow and Tuesday. And then I have something kind of planned for Wednesday. Wednesday through Sunday. So I think you'll like that. It's definitely, giving her the shakedown. I feel like driving the car to Johnson City and doing all that and going on those back roads and stuff up in Washington County and stuff, hitting all those potholes and speed bumps, and I feel like it's a good shakedown. So it's almost dependable. I kind of deliberately aimed that headlight out for mailbox purposes, just to kind of see, addresses and stuff. So it does good. I'm happy with the car. Anyway, tell me what you think, and I guess if you happen to see this before tomorrow or the next day, let me know if you want to see any of that up in Johnson City. I might make a video doing it, but I might not, just depends on if anybody wants to see that or not. So anyway, I'll see you again next time. Bye.